Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Locker Room Podcast, where we feature all of the student athletes here in our Bayou Region. Good to have you along. Got a jam-packed show today. We are going to get to softball interviews. We had the softball coaches from our local area come in. They talk a little bit about their teams as they get ready for the season. They play their jamborees this weekend. Remember, baseball played them last weekend. So softball officially getting started later this week, and we are going to give you previews of each of those teams. Also going to talk a little bit about wrestling and soccer because they are in the quote-unquote playoffs. Now, as a matter of fact, wrestling wrapped up this weekend with the state championships, and soccer is in a situation where they'll be in the second round this week, and we have a lot of teams that have advanced. So we want to give them their due just along the way. I am very fortunate to be joined by Stan Gravois, who is our producer of this podcast. And he's also the guy who lets us know every Monday what day we are celebrating. Now, obviously, a lot of you probably watched the Super Bowl last night. If you're a Seattle fan, congratulations. If you're a New England fan, y'all there just about every year anyway. So there you go. So, okay, here it is, Dustin. The day it is today officially.
Officially, it is National Pizza Day, Stan.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Bro, I was going to ask you, what's your favorite pizza topping?
Like I'm a meat lovers guy, but I've also gotten into Supreme, where it's got just about everything. I was fortunate enough to go to Italy one time, as you've been, but we were in Rome right outside the Vatican, and I actually had a pizza that was scaled down to nothing, but the way they make it there is so much, it's different. There's something about it.
Yes.
That's the best pizza I ever had. And it didn't even have like pepperoni. It was like a cheese pizza.
Yeah.
But no, I like a Supreme pizza.
Yeah.
You got a favorite?
I do have a favorite. Well, I sort of try to avoid dairy now, so it's weird. I'll eat pizza without cheese. So I like the meat lovers now because it's just a lot of meat and sauce with bread. So it's just sort of like I'm eating a sandwich without cheese, but that's my favorite. And it's funny you mentioned Italy. My wife and I, when we went there to Italy, we actually went to Naples and went to the oldest existing pizzeria, which still exists there in Naples. It's called Antica Pizzeria in Port Alba, Naples, Italy. And let me tell you, that was my favorite pizza that we had.
I wonder what they do today. Like, are they having some kind of huge celebration?
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
Of course, you guys who are into the Olympics, it's there too in Italy, the northern part of Italy. But yeah, it's always a good time when that's going on. Pizza, yeah. I love me some pizza. That's for sure.
Don't usually eat it on a Monday, but we might make an exception today.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that from the standpoint of what's going on, related to it having its own day. Anyway, pizza day today. Like that a whole lot. Again, I mentioned to you that wrestling had its state championships this past weekend. Want to pass on to you some of those kids who did extremely well in that. And it all starts with Jackson Dent. Jackson Dent wrestled in the 150-pound category for Houma Christian. He's the only wrestler from Houma Christian. And he went out and he brought home a state championship for Houma Christian. Not the team title, but the individual title at 150 pounds. Again, Jackson Dent, the only wrestler there. He actually works out with the Terrebonne High wrestler. So kudos to Cody Knobloch, who is kind of the godfather. Speaking of pizza in Italy, he's kind of the godfather of wrestling in our area, and that's, in my recollection, that's the first state champion we ever have from the Bayou region. Want to congratulate a couple of other kids. Now, he wrestled in Division 3. In Division 2, we had 3 kids who finished in the top 6. At the 150-pound division, you had Andrew Robichaud of E.D. White. At 157, Evan Arsenault of Vanderbilt Catholic. And at 175, Jack Falgu of Vanderbilt Catholic, all finished in the top 6, so they scored for their school. Schools, I say that plural. And then in the Division I category, we mentioned Cody Knobloch. His son, Chance Knobloch, finished 6th place. He wrestles for Terrebonne High School, so congratulations to those kids. Interestingly enough, this year we had some girls who competed and they did well. Girls works all together, whereas the boys have Division 1, 2, and 3. The girls just have one division. All girls wrestle together, so it's very hard to finish in the top 6 in that, and we had 2 young ladies who did just that. In the 185-pound division, Casey Pellegrin of HL Bourgeois came out 4th in the state, and in the 185-pound division, Elena Mathern of Central Lafourche finished 6th place. So congratulations to them. Real quickly, in Division 1 boys, Terrebonne 14th place, HL Bourgeois 32nd place, Central Lafourche 39th place. Congratulations to those schools. In Division 2, Vanderbilt was 17th place, E.D. White was 19th place, and South Terrebonne, first time ever going to the state meet, they finished in 27th place. And finally, in Division 3, Houma Christian finishes as a school in 17th place because of one wrestler, and that was Jackson Dent, who won the big title. So Jackson Dent did a terrific job of carrying his whole school at the state championships. In the girls division, which again is all of the girls schools in the state of Louisiana, HL was 29th, Central Lafourche was 34th, E.D. White was 40th, South Terrebonne 49th, and Terrebonne 56th. Congratulations to all of those kids. Wrestling is the up and coming sport in our area. Also, want to make sure that you know that we have some schools in soccer who are going to be playing going forward. Let's give you that rundown. In Division 1 boys soccer, HL Bourgeois still in it. They'll be taking on West Monroe. That is going to be on Tuesday night at 5 o'clock in Monroe. So HL has to take the long track up there. They're our only boys team left in Division 1. In Division 2, we only have one boys team left, and that is Central Lafourche. They are the number 6 seed, so they will be hosting David Thibodeau. Ever heard of David Thibodeau High School?
I have not.
Not David Thibodeau, the individual. They're hosting David Thibodeau High School, which is, I think, in the Acadiana area, around Lafayette or something. I don't know it very well. In Division 4, Episcopal of Baton Rouge is going to be at Covenant Christian. So Covenant Christian's still in it. They'll be, again, taking on Episcopal of Baton Rouge. And in Division 3, we have 2 teams still in it, E.D. White and Vanderbilt Catholic. Vanderbilt going to be taking on Sterlington. That game is set for Wednesday. Start time is 5:30 at Buddy Marcellus Stadium. Also set is St. Michael's against E.D. White. St. Michael's, the 11 seed, taking on number 6 seed E.D. White. Start time for that one is 6 o'clock on Wednesday. That is going to be at Pelche Stadium in Thibodaux. We hope all of those teams do well. And then in girls soccer, we have 2 teams who are still in it. In the school that has really taken over of being like sort of our patriarch/matriarch schools in soccer, Central Lafourche is in it with the girls too. They are the number 4 seed. They'll be hosting Lutcher. That game is going to be played Tuesday at 6 o'clock at Central Lafourche. I think Central Lafourche calls it Trojan Stadium. Heck, you're a wrestling god. You should know those things.
I should. But
you did go to Houma Christian.
I did go to Houma Christian.
Well, let's call it Trojan Stadium.
I think that is.
Somebody will let us know.
That sounds right.
Somebody will let us know if we're wrong. South Terrebonne's still in it. They won their first round game. They'll be taking on the juggernaut, St. Thomas More in Lafayette. That's going to be Wednesday at 5:30. That's going to be a tough one for the Lady Gators. And finally, in Division 3 girls, we have 2 teams still in it. Those same 2, E.D. White and Vanderbilt Catholic. E.D. White, the number 5 seed, is going to be hosting Cabrini. They have yet to determine the time for that game. Also yet to be determined is the matchup between number 10 Haynes Academy and Vanderbilt Catholic. Vanderbilt, the number 7 seed, Haynes, the number 10 seed. I'd imagine that's going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday. Go out and support these kids. Hopefully we have a team that makes a run all the way to the state championship. We are in round 2. If you're curious how many rounds are there are 5. If you win 5 games in a row, you win a state championship. So they're in round 2. There's still a ways to go before we get to those big championship games that happen at Strawberry Stadium over on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. I mentioned to you guys, we had the softball coaches in. They talk a little bit about what we might expect from their programs this upcoming season. Very exciting, and I got to give a big kudos to our friend Bobby Arsenault, who sat down with them, spoke with them a little bit about what we can expect. Let's roll that in.
Off season looked a little different for us this year. We hired Coach Mackenzie Champagne from Nichols. She played softball over there, and she came in and implemented a weight program. So in the off season, we were on a regimen. We had a fixed program for the girls to go through. So we have 2 returning seniors, but for the most part, we're a very young team. We have some incoming freshmen coming in. And despite some of the years in the past, we have more experience coming in. So for the most part, young side, yes. So returning, like I said, our 2 seniors, Bella just signed a scholarship to play at Centenary. Her coming back, senior leadership with her and Lily Dufresne. We did lose our top 1, 2, 3 hitters. But like I said, with the experience coming in with freshmen, we have Addison Hemel coming back. She started as a freshman for us at shortstop. She caught her a whole life, and we threw her into a shortstop position, and she excelled. So we do have a few key players coming back, and we also had a transfer coming in from CCA, Krista Marks, another pitcher, adding to the roster.
For the Lady Trojans to be successful this year, what's got to happen?
Hitting, which we've been doing a lot this off season, and I think with our weight program that we're on right now, I think, like you said, that's going to play a huge impact.
We didn't do a whole lot this year off season. Most of the girls are playing constantly, and I had a couple that had surgeries, so they were recovering from that. So we gave them the summer off, but when they did come back right before the season, pretty pleased. So I have some young ones coming in. I only have 2 seniors this year, but they've been with me, for the whole time. But yeah, I do have. It's a good mix. Pitching for sure. Yeah. Shelby's got some good speed with her, good consistency. She works hard. We're good offensively as well. And I feel like that's a big strength. I just think if they keep their head where it is now, and just focus on what the end goal is, we'll be okay. The new ones coming in, if they buy into what we've started, with them. I have some coming from soccer, coming from basketball. But I think just focus on what's ahead.
I feel very confident. Last night we actually had a scrimmage against Edie White, and the amount of potential I've seen coming out the defense, I feel very confident with them. So I'm filled with, I have 4 seniors on the starting roster, 3 juniors, the rest sophomores, and I think I got 2 freshmen. So HL is led off by my senior captain, Jada Stute, who just recently signed with Louisiana Christian College. She's a utility player, just all around great athlete, great role model. I have a great senior pitcher in Bradley Smith. She also plays first base. So much potential. I got a lot of speed in the outfield. Serenity Carroll, who is a senior, she is going to be a force to be reckoned with on the plate. They're going to have to come together as a unit and play good defense and also hit the ball. They're going to have to learn that, you're not hitting off a pitching machine. You're hitting off a live pitches that are moving. Other good players, you may play travel ball, but these girls are playing the same travel ball.
As far as no building being there for as Ellender, we tell the kids day in and day out that they are Ellender, no matter where we are.
Right.
So we make the best, and our student body, our faculty, administration is just resilient about it. Wherever we are, we just do the best that we possibly can, and just keep moving forward with it. As far as having places to play, facilities, different things like that, softball and baseball is good for us because it's actually on campus.
Yeah.
We have a good mix. We currently have 14 on the roster right now. We have 4 seniors, which bring a wealth of experience. It'll be their 4th year starting, so they came in as freshmen and starting. So it's really good to have them. We have 3 10th graders. Those 10th graders played as freshmen, so that little experience that they have at the varsity level is good. and our remaining are freshmen. And they have a tremendous amount of potential. Our strengths as a program right now for softball, kids come out, they work really hard. They're improving every day when they come out. And as a coach and our coaching staff, that's all we really want for our players to come out and to develop, not only as players, but also as individuals. We're looking for our players to play every pitch, the best that they possibly can, and to try to win every pitch. And if you put more of those together and you win more pitches than the other team, you're usually going to come out on top.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you just got to look at, who you're playing against, different things like that, and you can play your best and still come out, on the wrong side.
Very pleased with the way things are going. Things are coming along. I picked up 2 new assistant coaches that have the same momentum and attitude and aggressiveness as I do. So I'm very pleased to, with what they have brought to the table. Like, they were coming to learn from me, but since I've played softball in 1989, softball has evolved so much, and they're bringing stuff to the table and actually teaching me. I have a good bit of experienced freshmen, coming in, and my freshmen and sophomores from last year have really, blossomed and picked it up a notch, and we in a pretty tough district. We have E.D. White and Vanderbilt. Lutcher, gave us some runs for our money, last year. I'd have to say one of our strengths is having the whole team pretty much returning. That's going to be our biggest strength is, we have the incoming freshmen, but I'd have to say 3/4 of the team from last year are all returning. So you're not starting exactly from ground level. Right. It's like I told the girls, they need to take things more serious. They came in from a different style of coaching before I got there, and we had to get used to one another. I had to get used to them. They had to get used to me. We struggle with our pitching. I'm not a pitching coach. I can teach you form, but I can't teach you the different pitches. Yeah. So unfortunately, we having to seek outside help, for one-on-one pitching coaches. But that's, I don't want to say it's our weakness, but that's one of the things we have to focus more on.
We finished last season pretty strong. It was my first year there, so I was really just trying to establish a foundation for what I wanted the program as a whole to look forward, look to through the rest of the future. And we finished on a high note. We hosted first and second round. We lost in the second round, but we established what I wanted to establish. And so now I feel like in the off season, I've seen kind of that next level of, okay, we put the foundation. Now we need to start building the house. So we're getting there. I have so many kids that play other sports, and it's hard to be able to put practices together with those girls coming from their other sports and asking them to be multi-sport athletes at the same time. We're very experienced. We only lost 2 starters. So I feel like we pretty much have our foundation back. I'm going to have a lot of, from what I've seen in the last few weeks, a lot of freshmen playing. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah. But I think our senior leadership is so experienced that they're gonna be able to elevate those freshmen and elevate us as a whole. Aubrey Gotro and Riley Arsenault, I think they're gonna be the which they both just signed to Louisiana College as well. They're gonna be pretty much the foundation of what our team is. I think their senior leadership and the leadership from the other seniors, they're going to be stepping into a new role this year is where we're going to get most of our strength from. I haven't gotten to see much pitching wise or anything like that, or I've seen a few. I mean, we hit and everything, but you don't really see it till you play somebody out. We become our own worst enemy if we let anything outside influence us. And so I truly, like, I've seen it with so many teams, and it can be the death of you, or it could be your biggest strength, So if we can block out the outside noise and just play for ourselves, we'll be all right.
I got 3 seniors and I got 3 freshmen, so we're pretty even. I would say our strength is probably offense. Like, we're pretty good with our lineup. I have my 3 seniors returning. We have Addison Dickerson, Andy Hurd, and Bailey Perkle, but also I have my sophomore, Addison Martinez. So I have 4 key players coming back that I'm excited to have. We're going to a St. Charles tournament this year, so it's new on our agenda. So I'm glad to experience that and see how that goes. And then we go to the Bruley tournament in Bruley. We got to keep our pitchers healthy. Keep the pitchers healthy and just hope that the defense works behind them.
Well, during the off season, we have a weight program over at Vanderbilt, and they were going in working out with a group from Terrebonne General, and they was happy to say that we had just shy of 100% participation.
Wow,
So it wasn't bad. And then we continued to work our pitching staff a couple of days a week throughout the off season, and so I think coming into school, we're right on schedule. I think that these girls do not know about not getting to state. They've been at state every year so far, and so I think whenever they set a goal, that is their goal, to get there and then to go in and win it. And nothing is guaranteed, as you well know, but it just makes it a little bit rougher because now we have a target on our back. And but I would say experience-wise, we're pretty good, but we still only have 2 seniors.
Right.
And but we're fortunate enough to have 8 really qualified juniors. I think our biggest strength is leadership. We have the 2 seniors that we have are extraordinary leaders, and we also have strong pitching. That they don't want to give up a hit, and sometimes they really give up a walk and a hit.
Yeah.
Of course, I kind of argue with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because one walk can hurt you.
That's right.
But hitting wise, I think we're pretty good 1 through 9, and I like our chances to at least compete this year. Our schedule this year, we did schedule up this year. We scheduled a lot of the teams that won the state championship. Last year, we kind of had the same scenario where we played out of the, I think, four teams that won state. I think we wound up playing them last year. Came out on top with those 4 teams. As you know, we were 33-2 last year, but going forward with this year, we feel like we've scheduled even harder.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're, hopefully we still win them all.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then in my eyes, sometimes a little failure is helpful towards the end.
Again, thanks to Bobby Arsenault and all of those coaches for giving us their time. It gives you a little insight to what we might expect. We have good softball in the area. I think Vanderbilt is on a collision course for their 3rd state championship in a row. E.D. White going to have something to say about that. We have a lot of really good programs, so go out and support softball. Jamborees are this weekend. Baseball actually playing games starting today, games that count related to PowerPoint rankings. Next week's going to be Mardi Gras, right? And I know everybody's going to be involved with the festivities. Well, so are we. We're not going to be here, but the following week, when it's time for basketball to really get out all of the information related to the playoffs, we'll be back. So in 2 weeks, it'll be Chock-a-Block basketball. We're going to be talking about where our boys and girls teams from the Bayou region are going to be playing in the playoffs. So we hope you have a terrific Mardi Gras next week. But again, we're going to take that week off and we'll be back the following week. Hope you're here with us. Enjoy your pizza. Dustin.
That's it.
National Pizza Day today. Everybody take care.
Pizza.